On to you, Leos. Look how clear that picture is. Anyway, so for you, Leos, right? You Leos have the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, and then you Leos actually have the Six of Wands. I'm on point. I'm in rare form today. Anyway, so for you, Leos, right? For you, Leos, a lot of very interesting things happening. And the reason why is because a lot of you Leos were like this, Nine of Wands, and then now you're like this, Six of Wands, meaning that the Nine of Wands is about you Leos having a hard time in your life, going through a little bit of a rough patch, romantically, financially, health-wise, right? And now your life has gotten much better. Why? Because the Hierophant and the Six of Wands. You listen to yourself, you listen to the things that you needed, you listen to what it is that you Leos legitimately needed and wanted. And so you actually decided to start going after those things, Hierophant, right? Listening to your own self, your own instincts, your own intuition, that voice in your head that tells you, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? AKA a conscious or a consciousness, right? And so the thing about it is that the Six of Wands represents, as a result of this, you Leos actually have gotten much better. And the Six of Wands represents that. It's shown how it is that you went after those things of being healthy, taking care of yourself, looking after yourself financially, emotionally, mentally, all of that. And now you're here. The Six of Wands, doing better than you were before, a lot better, without you having to, without you taking on so much of the burden as what has happened to you essentially in the past. And why that's so important is because the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. Now that you Leos have upgraded and you making yourself looking good and everything like that, you've grown up, right? Glown up, right? You know, glow up. Things have overall gotten better for you. Here you have these dump trucks trying to, these goofies, these short yellow bus shorties trying to essentially get themselves back in. Now they want to now start treating you better. This is exactly what I was talking about in the Virgo video about people's elitism. Before, you weren't up to their standards, which are expectations, which they have high expectations, out of this world stellar expectations, which is a problem. But then at the same time, to them, now you Leos are quote unquote, air quotes, good enough to date. And it goes to show you that they are elitists because you Leos were trying to date them now and in the future, right? Them now and their potential. And they were only trying to date your potential. And as you can see here, because they're back now, you have some exes that want to reach out to you. Hey, let's reconnect. Let's go for a drink. Let's hang out sometime. Let's da 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 da. And you Leos are you're listening to this, right? And again, the Two of Cups, they want to link up. They don't want to waste too much time. But the Five of Cups and the Page of Swords right here represents you Leos are a little bit lost, asking yourselves, should you go back to them? Right? Is this a good idea for you to essentially go back to them? The Strength card and the Six of Pentacles represents the answer. The short answer to that is, it depends. If you Leos like them a lot, and you feel like they've done you good, they've actually been loyal to you despite everything that has happened as adults, yeah, go back to them. But for you Leos that have learned a lesson or a certain amount of lessons, you've been through enough, the Strength card and the Six of Pentacles represents a lot of you will choose not to go back, that is, because a lot of you Leos will understand that, again, this is ultimately short-lived. They're going to eventually get bored with you because of their elitism, because nothing is actually good enough for them. and they're going to start to mistreat you again, despite your glow up. And see, that's the stupidity in it, Leos. It's the fact that people who have an incredibly elitist mentality, nothing is good enough for them. Even the things, and it's fickle, because even the things that people who have an elitist mentality think is good enough, it's only good enough in the moment, and then it gets stale really quickly, and then the very same person or thing that they deemed to bring them so much joy, they throw that away as well. And that includes people, things, or people that they deem to be so joyful, they throw it away in the trash can. They start to disrespect it because part of it is they wanted what it is that they couldn't have. They wanted the beauty and the bliss that is fleeting. But when they have become accustomed to it, now it's the throwing away. And all of the stuff, Leo, that I've been describing over the years, right? That I've been describing, right? What I'm actually talking about, for the Leos who get it, right? Who understand the point of what it is I'm talking about. Over the past couple of years, let me just say it. Over the past years, I've been talking about people's elitism and how spoiled people in societies have become, right? Their mate selections, whom it is that they choose and how they choose, right? The process, the thoughts that flow in and out of their heads, or the thoughts that flow through their heads, their ideas of what they think relationships should be and what they want, the ideology that, the elitist ideology, right? The hypergamy, all of this stuff is nothing but elitism. And why it is that people fail is because of elitism. They expect too much. They're unwilling to yield a little bit and about their expectations and the things that they prefer to actually get to what is truly important in relationships in the first place. A person's character. Can they give you loyalty? Can they offer up trust? Can they the value systems that align when you have two universes, whoever it may be, regardless of what you're into, that essentially come together. And with that being said, right? Um, with that being said, as a result of that, you see people trying to mask or house their elitism. Oh, and they give it all these like little nonsensical BS misnomers, hypergamy and all this stuff. And it's like all hypergamy does is masquerade a person's greed, gluttony, vanity, and overall need to sell themselves because they don't have a soul, because they are completely corrupt. Hypergamy doesn't do anything but show that a person is for sale. They are corrupted. They are for sale. They can be bought, because there's a difference between hypergamy and peerage. Peerage, with peerage, you may not have as much money with someone. Excuse me, you may not have as much money as your significant other may have, yet and still your significant other can still choose you willingly, as well as you choose your significant other. How is that? Because even without the money that everybody seems to be so wrapped up on, and I wrote about this in my book, Love Pays the Bills, right? Money is the number one reason why it is that people break up. And the reason why is because the elitism, the corruption, the elitism that most people tend to have, that they don't want to admit that they have, right? Both sides practice hypergamy, this elitist bourgeoisie mentality. On the one hand, my dear Leos, they claim that when you were dating them, they acted like you were not good enough. On the other hand, now you're good enough because you Leos are just taking care of yourselves, and you're doing naturally what it is that people are supposed to do when they actually have their instincts intact, which is to do better and to progress and to cultivate. Being rich is a natural state. Being poor is actually a degraded and a dysfunctional state. Oh, that's a lot. Ooh, I done stepped on some toes with that one. I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, some people are not gonna like that. Ooh. So you see it. They will want to give you something to get you, Leos, to be persuaded to come back to them. But there's essentially, you Leos are spiritually content. You are joyful. You have peace internally. So there's nothing that they could give to you that will get you to come back, that will sway you in a way to come back. You Leos do not want them. You see them for who they are. They disrespected you. They are elitist. They do not have a respect for life. And so because of this, you Leos don't want to hang around people like that, because that's not who a lot of you Leos choose to be and who you are. So let's clarify the strength card. Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Star card, which is Aquarius, your opposite zodiac sign. So you're pulling from that polarity as well. And then you have the Three of Cups, which is these three cards here speaks to how, again, gimme, 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 but never gets, right? You Leos can see that people want you, or specifically, more specifically, this person wants you because of who you have. They want you for the things that they perceive you to have, and the financial and social status that they perceive you to have, right? Maybe even your looks that brings the social status, right? People want to hang around attractive people, right? But we constantly learn from people who complain. They want this six-figure individual, the 666 Chad, right? But then people who get that person constantly complains about, well, that person was the devil to me. And it's like, you asked for 666, 6 feet, six feet, six figures, six-pack. So what do you expect? The person treats you like trash because the higher society you go, the vast majority of people become higher society because they're terrible people. That's how they got to where it is that they are, stepping on the toes of other people constantly. So integrity is not a very big thing. The higher in the social economic ladder you climb, you know this, right? So why don't you control your own selves and then climb it yourself? But they're delusional. And this is what it is that you Leos are paying attention to. They only like you because of your glow up, because you've attained some sort of status or whatnot that they would like to get from standing close to you. And the Star card and the Three of Cups represents, but you Leos don't even really want them. You Leos want someone that actually you and them have value, the same value systems. And you're right. So, and you should, because this person that represents this Six of Cups is only temporary. They don't respect anything. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 20,000. That sounds good to hear. 20,000 and change. Trying to get to 20,000, 25,000. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Also, too, Leos, please make sure to come through and get a personal reading from me. The link to that is in the comment section below. Would really appreciate it if you would. It's a Linktree link, right? When you click on it, give you drop-down menu of all the ways in which you can reach out to me. Come get a personal reading, right? Where it says for private readings, or you can reach out to me, Kareemspiritworks at yahoo.com.